Atomhawk is a visual development studio. We have studios in Vancouver and also in the northeast of England. We work primarily with the entertainment industry, so games, movies, theme parks, pretty much anyone that needs an awesome idea kind of brought to life through visuals. We work at all stages of the development cycle, so whereas it started off primarily with concept art, we tend to find now we work with clients across the whole cycle, so that will be concept through to production art. Then we help them out with marketing art, DLC, logo creation, anything they need from a visual point of view, we can help them out with. A lot of the work we do is really sensitive. I mean, we're working on 6 unannounced AAA games right now, some of which will come out in sort of 3 to 4 years' time. There's some cool stuff going on. I mean, it's a really buoyant industry at the moment, and I think the need for digital content is only going to increase. And as the quality of screens increases on phones, on tablets, on consoles, the quality expectations increase in pro. So you need to make sure that you're really at the top of your game. You're pushing new techniques, new technologies, and everything's got to look super crisp. I'm really lucky. I'm surrounded by some incredibly talented people, so I get to bask in the reflected glory of these world-class artists, all of which have got their own styles, their own takes, but seeing them take these briefs and then bring them to life in a really short space of time, actually. And that's one of the advantages of digital art, is that we can create things super quickly to a super high level of finish, and really convey those ideas.
So my process is pretty typical. I usually start with black and white sketches, and then it might be a case of, if it's a character for instance, we'll piece together the bits that work, and then it will go to rough colour, and then refined colour, and then I will get to add in all the lovely details at the end. I'm very detail oriented, so I try to keep it as loose as I can at the start, and then just sort of push all the details towards the end. I just use my Cintiq and Photoshop. That is it. I know some of the other guys are a bit fancier and they mix in 3D and all of those things, but I'm really basic. I just like Photoshop and that's it. I gather my references and then I just get stuck into sketching, and that's it for me.
A lot of the new techniques and technologies that we will explore as a company, it's driven by the team, and sometimes it will be allowing them to explore and to play with some of these new tools. What would have been a single program, so maybe Photoshop, is now complemented by a whole range of other programs. Blender, Keyshot, Substance Painter, they use 3D Coat, Modo. It's really up to them to figure out how do they get to the end result as quickly as possible. And so we tend not to specify one specific set process. We allow our artists to kind of build the process and the pipeline that works for them. So there's a lot of experimentation, but also we do rely on having a great technology partner that can actually advise us on what's out there, advise us on the best deals and the best brands, and then allow us to experiment as well through things like trials, and that gives us a chance to figure out what works for us. We work with Escape Technology, and we've worked with them for a number of years now. They help us out with software, with licensing, and also with equipment. They're also just on hand if we need tech support, which is great. Just having someone when there's a myriad of processes, products, and they're always getting updated. So having someone who's got their finger on the pulse is super important for us.